Good morning, because it is actually still morning. It's still morning. So good morning, good morning. Good morning. Hello, hello, hello. Hey, pretty lady, right back at you. Hey, Mina, how you doing? Hopefully today's better for you. Hopefully you're feeling great, and this Saturday is a awakening. It is a new day. I am so happy. Y'all don't know how happy I am. I'm so ecstatic. I am so happy. Hello, 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 girls. Don't be stupid. Hey, lovely. Hi, how are you? I am so happy. I'm so happy because I love when I get like this intuitive nudge to do something, and I just don't question it. Y'all gotta understand how I am. I don't question it. If I am led to do something, I don't sit here and think about, well, maybe I should do it. I don't think that. I've trained myself not to overthink or just a what if, or, I've trained myself out of that thinking. So when I am intuitively push or nudge to do something, I just do it. I just do it because I'm not really ready to go live yet. I'm really getting ready to finish my makeup, and then I'm going to do some videos and content on my YouTube page, and I need to do some content on my TikTok page. So I wasn't planning on going live today. Really, I had thought about doing a live tomorrow on Instagram. But today, I do what I'm told. I do what I am led to do. I do what I'm led to do. I don't talk myself out of it because I know if I am led to do it, there's something beautiful coming from it. I just know that. I know either what's going to happen, either I have something that someone needs to know, or I'm going to say something that's going to be helpful to another woman. Or maybe I just need to commune with other women. I don't know what it is. I just knew I need to go live. That's all I need to know. And I don't sit here and question it. I don't overthink it. I don't do the what if. Maybe I should think about it. No. I just go with that nudging, that feeling in my gut that I just need to go live. And so I have something I want to talk about. Bro, when dating, it's important to date a God-fearing man. Okay? The thing is, when you are dating a God-fearing man, we don't worry about the God part or the spiritual part right now. You want to do the part of vetting. You want to make sure that you're looking at the human being that he truly is, because there's not one human that is not full of mistakes, full of things. There's no perfect human. So when you're dating a God-fearing man, don't worry about the God-fearing man part. Worry about who that man is, the human part. What is the human part of him like? Have you done your vetting on that man? Have you done your vetting on that man? That's what I would ask. That's what I would go towards. I wouldn't, because a lot of people talk about God. Like, a lot of people talk about spiritual. A lot of people talk about these things. But baby, I'm from the South. We don't want you to talk about it. We want you to be about it. In order to learn if that person is about it, you have to vet them. So, dating him, we don't care. Don't worry about dating him, baby. Worry about who he is as a human. Worry about who he is as a human. Have you done your vetting part? Have you done your due diligence of figuring out who the human is behind the man that speaks about God? That is more important. Because we live in a world that people speak on God. They say the word of God. They speak and communicate and sound like they're of God, but they are not. So we need to be concerned with who the human part of him is before we can actually address the God part of him. But let's talk about something that has been heavy on my spirit, and actually it has been very helpful to me in my real life. Like, who comes up here and talk about things that haven't been helpful to them? I don't. I really kind of move in a manner where if it's been helpful to me, I want to share it. And the things that I have learned over my 42 years of life is that this is the reason why people can work themselves into a grave and never get anywhere. Because life is meant to be addressed on 3 realms. If you address life in the physical realm, the spiritual realm, and the mental realm, you will always be added to you, and everything will be like a walk in the park. You will see nothing but blessings and abundance, because you need to address the 3 realms and not just one. Think about the person that you know who has been working themselves to death and they still aren't rich. Think about the person you know who has done the work to lose weight because they did all the physical things to lose weight, but they haven't addressed the mental or the spiritual aspects of it. And this is the thing that I have learned in my life is that if you address all three, that you cannot be nothing but a winner. There's nothing but you but wins. And people don't want to hear that because you want to believe that you have a lot of losses. You have a lot of losses while you're figuring it out. But that is not your reality. It doesn't have to be your final destination. You can win in all areas of life. Your life can be a walk in the park. Hi, Nephew Susie. How are you doing? Hopefully you're having a wonderful day. Having a wonderful day. And I'm addressing this on YouTube. I did a video. Well, I'm going to do a video. I do the video in my head first and kind of map it out of what is coming to me. Then I'm going to do the video later on this evening, and I'm going to talk about how to reverse aging. I'm going to talk about how you go about it because you have to do it in a manner where you're looking at three realms. You're looking at the spiritual realm, the mental realm, and the physical realm. And a lot of us only address one at a time, or just one in its entirety. And we're always confused about why it doesn't work. But the thing is, and think about how many women or men that you know will sit back and just address the spiritual realm. They'll say a prayer and they'll just sit back and wait. And just waiting for something to happen. And they're confused where it may happen or it doesn't. And that is because everything in nature, everything in life, there's three. It's spiritual, it's mental, and it's physical. Please repeat the three aspects: mental, spiritual, and physical. Everything has to be addressed in all three. Weight loss, money, family, love, all these things have to be addressed in all three. And how do you know this? Because you can see people doing the thing all the time. Doesn't mean it's going to be successful. You can see people praying for the thing all the time. Doesn't mean it's going to be successful. You can see people changing how they think about the things all the time, but doesn't mean it's going to be successful. But if you look at all three aspects, and when I learned this, it was like an epiphany. It was like the birds started singing. It was like everything opened up. And I got this learning, not out of a book. I got this learning by learning to stay silent and stay still, because you get so much out of life when you learn how to sit still and be quiet and shut out all the noise of the world. So yes, I learned this through life experience. I learned this through being sit still and stay silent. I'll never forget when I had originally, if anyone, you've been following me a long time, you know, at one time I was 250 pounds. Okay. And I just kept gaining the weight back. And I didn't know, because I was like, I'm doing all the physical things to lose weight. I'm doing all the things that it says in this book. I'm following the recipes. I am eating after a certain time. I'm doing all the things, but I keep gaining a couple pounds back here and then I lose it again. And I couldn't figure out what the issue was. I didn't realize that it is all three. Just because you follow a recipe, just because you eat at a certain time, doesn't matter if your thinking and your beliefs surrounding food are toxic. If you're that type of person and believe you can't do a certain thing or eat a certain way, or you tend to overeat and you're anxious, it's your beliefs, it's your mindset. And then the spiritual aspect of it, of asking for assistance and creating that foundation, is important also. But I didn't learn these things until I started putting it into effect. Like I said, some things I get, y'all, it's not from a book. It's from me being able to sit still and sit silent and waiting for an answer, waiting to be led, just waiting for that direction. And that direction comes to me, and then I put it into practice, and then I realize, oh, it works. And then I just relay it back to my girlies in the Pedestal Eye community, or I relay it back to the inner circle. But you can have anything you want in this life if you address all three aspects in life. A lot of us are only addressing one aspect of it. Most of us don't even realize that we're doing the thing that should give us results, give us the fruit or the desires of our heart, but it's not giving it. It's not giving it the things that we thought it was going to give. It's not giving the things that we want. It's not coming in the way we thought it was going to come, because we're neglecting all three aspects of it. And even when it comes down just the spiritual part of it, I didn't realize that a spiritual part of aspect of just losing weight is believing that you can. Like believing that you can, having faith that the things that are going to support you will show up. That's just the spiritual aspect of it all. But I didn't realize this until I started going through the process. Like I said, sometimes I learn things and then I relay it back to you all. I have some content coming up that's going to explain this more. And don't worry, Inner Circle members. Trust me, when I tell you you're going to get the training. You get the training. You're going to get the training. You'll probably get a more in-depth version of this than what I'm giving to the public. But some of you, at this point, you can't, maybe you're not in a position or the right mindset, or you're not being led to it, or I don't resonate with you, or you have a resistance to me, so you're not ready to work with me. But this right here can be your foundation. This can be the stepping stone to get you started so you can start changing your direction. Because regardless if you don't have, or you're not ready, or you don't have the finances to work with me, I still want to give you a lead. I want to give you a lead, a guide, something to get started on so that you can do this in your life and you can have success. And then maybe when the time is right, where you're in a different space or different mindset or a different financial position, then you can circle back and you come back and work with me. And then we can dig deep in these thinkings and help you get a little further. Yay, can't wait. Absolutely. Y'all going to get all of the things I talk about. Y'all got to be patient with me. I'm one person, and I literally run all of my stuff. And that may be narcissistic of me to believe that I haven't been able to find someone that I can train properly to help me with all the stuff I have going on. So since I'm only one person, y'all have to be patient with me. I get all the stuff in there. I literally posted 3 new videos in Inner Circle. I posted the workbook that you asked for. It's connected to the workshop. I have more content coming into the Inner Circle. And then at least 3 videos a week in the Inner Circle will appear. Pete, please post this on YouTube as well. Well, I have a video coming up on YouTube of how to reverse aging. And it's gonna talk about all 3 aspects of how to do that. So if you don't follow me on YouTube, you might want to. Like the content that I post on Instagram is to bring awareness to other content creators and to teach in a different manner. But I have my own content where I teach my life experience, because you have to realize the things that I teach is my life. I don't teach from a book. I don't teach from a dream. I don't teach for what will happen. I actually teach from my life experiences, and I put those things on YouTube. And I talk about how do I do them. And then if you really want deeper training and maybe one-on-ones with me, that's in the Inner Circle. I only do one-on-ones with my Inner Circle members. I don't do them outside of that, because you have to be familiar with my trainings and how I teach. But if you want to be successful in life, maybe you have something you want to accomplish. Even when it comes to making more money, even if you want more money, even if you want to call in more money, you need to look at it from 3 different realms. That is the spiritual realm, the physical realm, and the mental realm. You need to change your thinking on how you view money and how you are allowed to have it. Because a lot of us don't realize, especially if you have, like I have a church background. I was sitting in church every Sunday. I was there for every event. I think even when I got a little older, I have invested in so many building funds. I can't even imagine. I can't even talk about how many building funds I've invested in. But what that does to you, it helps your spirituality. But when it comes to money, you might have a different view on it. You may have some resistance to money. You may think you can't have any. Because if you're old school and maybe around your 40s, they taught us that money was the root to all evil. And they didn't teach us that it's the person that holds the money is the root to evil. They taught us it was the money. So you might have some resistance and some thinking that you need to change in order to call in more money. And that is the mental. Like your subconscious is like no money. And your subconscious, the way it's set up, if you're not commanding it correctly, if you're not giving it directions, It will take on the jokes of it will take on the jokes of your life. It will take on the lies of your life. It will take on the doubts of your life. It won't take the commands. So you have to know how to speak to it. You have to know how to change the beliefs. And then it's the spiritual aspect of understanding it's the person. It's the person that you have to look at, and you have to pray or whatever you believe in. You don't have to believe in what I believe in order to use my the way I do things either. I literally put that on YouTube. It's going to come up soon, and you're going to see it on YouTube because I'm trying to get very consistent in my YouTube videos. And you're going to see you don't have to. I use God because I believe in God. I can't resonate with anything else, and that's the key. You can't bring what you want in your life if it doesn't resonate with you. If God doesn't resonate with you, baby, why are you using God? And I'm a person who believes in God. I'm a person who believes in the Bible. I'm a person who can throw out a Bible verse. But if that is not you, why are you using it? Because it's going to be a resistance. And when I mean resistance, anything that's keeping you from the things you want in life, it's a resistance. So if you don't believe in God, you believe in the universe, you believe in energy, you believe in, maybe you're Muslim, you're Islam, you're something else. You better be using that in what I tell you to do, because it's going to resonate and it's going to stick deep in your spirit, into your soul. And that's what's going to call in the things that you want in life. And then the physical aspect is doing. Like, faith without work is dead. Faith without work is dead. So if you're not doing to get the things you want, so you want money, what are you doing? What are you doing? So everything is 3 aspects to getting anything you want. If the things that you want in life, I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's friendship. You want a new friend? You want a new friend? You want to have a good friend that's down for you, a good friend that's going to keep your secrets, a good friend that's you're going to be able to go brunch and lunch with. You better look at friendships at 3 aspects. You better be looking at the spiritual aspect, the physical aspect, and the mental aspect. Look at how you think about friends and how you think your beliefs surrounding friends. And then you better look at the spiritual aspect where you're praying about bringing new friends and valuable friends in your life. Then also you better get that physical aspect where you're putting yourself in the environments conducive to valuable friends. You see how I just broke that down? 3 things you need to do and everything you want: friends, money, love, relationships, a new career. I don't care what it is. It works for everything. How do I know this? Because I do it. This is how I have everything that I want in life. And I'm constantly, consistently, always getting more. I'm constantly, consistently having my desires manifest. I'm constantly, consistently winning every single time. So you better not bet against me. You better not compete against me, because you're going to be on a losing team. Why? Because I am in the era of learning, and I am spiritually connected and aligned. And I'm a vibrational match to everything that I desire. So you better not bet on me, because you'll be losing your money. And that is how I've been able to do these things, because I'm always looking at the 3 aspects of these things. I'm never looking at the physical of how do I go about getting it, or how do I sit down next to somebody who has it, or how do I have a conversation about it. I'm always looking at, okay, here's the physical. What do I need to do? Here's the spiritual. What do I need to pray? Here's the mental. What beliefs do I have surrounding it? And baby, when I tell you, it's like it comes immediately. It doesn't take time. It doesn't waste time. It's not slow. I can tell you it comes to me. I win every time. No competition, because there is no competition. There's no betting against me, because baby, you will lose. Because I have learned, and these are things I've learned by living life. Everything I know is by living life. It doesn't come from a book. And I am a reader. I read. But a lot of times what they're saying is not what I'm getting. I'm literally tapping in and listening or reading something, and I'm literally hearing something else. But that's the spiritual part of me that's interpreting what I'm reading and giving it to me in a manner that I'm going to be able to digest it, and it's going to resonate with me. And that's the key too. Stop doing things that you see on social media because you see people winning with it. Start doing things that resonate with you, that make you feel expanded, that make you feel powerful, that make you feel like you're a queen on a throne. And you'll see yourself start winning. And you will never lose. Don't ever, like, y'all don't bet on me. Like, even if I don't bet because I'm not a betting woman, you best not bet, because you're going to lose your money. Because that's the way it works for me. That's the way my life is. My desires chase me, money chase me, relationship chase me. Everything of value chases me and wants to be in my life. It's a match for me. But how did I do it? That's the trick question. How did I do it? I learned that you have to attack everything in life in these three aspects, and you'll win every single time. You become unbettable. Nobody bets with me. Why? Why would they bet with me? They're going to lose. They're going to lose their money. Because then I bet on something. If I was a betting woman, I bet on something. And because I'm going to look at it in the spiritual realm, I'm going to look at it in the mental realm, I'm going to look at it in the physical realm, and I'm a win in the end. And you just lost money. So don't bet. Don't bet with me, because you're going to lose. It's the unfortunate truth. Like, I'll bet on something that I don't even, as long as I hit it in those three realms, a losing team becomes a winning team. A loser becomes a winner. That's just the way it works in my life. But you have to learn these aspects and learn how to utilize it in your life. Stop looking at things one-sided. And this is what we do in life. Whatever we were raised with. Maybe we come from a family. All they keep doing is promoting doing. They teach you to work yourself to death. And you don't know how to get money any other way. You don't know how to bring money to you. You don't know how to create money in your world, because of the fact you were taught only the way to get it is to work yourself to death. The way to get it is to punch into a clock. The way to get it is to be doing something for it. But baby, if you look at how your beliefs are surrounded by money, you look at how your beliefs are surrounded about how you're getting money and how money is allowed to come to you, because your mindset tells you how money is allowed to come to you. If you were to think about your beliefs, you would be surprised to believe what you believe. And a lot of us don't realize that we believe these things because we have not tapped in and seen what we believe. I have an exercise. I'm debating on doing it. I'm going to be intuitive though. I'm going to think on it. I have to actually sit with myself for a second and think. I have an exercise that will help you determine what beliefs that you believe in that you didn't realize that you believe in. Yes, I literally have been looking for Pilates classes in my city so I can network and make friends with wealthy housewives and entrepreneurs in my area. I want to be a wealthy housewife who runs a successful business and has investments. So I've been trying to find ways of surrounding myself by the women who are already doing just that. Absolutely. Absolutely. And if that's what you want, look at it in all three aspects so that you can look at what needs to be done. Because like I said, we don't realize that the doing part is easy. I think the doing part is easy. If I say you to go do something or give you some tips or give you a guide, all of us would go do it. Because that's the part we resonate with. But the part about looking at our beliefs and what we believe surrounding that particular thing, we don't do that. We don't look at what we believe about relationships. We don't look at what we believe about money. We don't look about what we believe about love. We don't look at what we believe about the things that we want. And that is essential, because it doesn't matter if you do. You can do until the end of time. If you have beliefs that are resistant to that very thing, you won't get those things that you want. This is the reason why you have people that can work themselves into a grave and never become rich. This is the reason why you have people that can do the things, show up and go to different places to meet new people, valuable people, and won't make connections with those people. Because even if they get and sit across from a man who can actually make those things happen for them, their thinking tells them other. Their thinking tells them, oh, well, I am not the right type of girl that he's going to date. Oh, I don't fit the aesthetic. Oh, I don't know how to speak well. Oh, I don't have enough education to sit across from this man. See, your beliefs are the resistance that can keep you from getting the things you want. So you can do all day, you can do every day, you can do any time of day, and you can still end up doing nothing. But no one taught us this. No one taught us this. I can tell that my grandmother, she taught me a lot, but she didn't teach me all three. You know what she taught me? She taught me spirituality. Like, she's from the old school of praying about it, and that's it. I had to realize that's not enough. That's not enough. And this is the reason why sometimes prayer don't work for you. Like, if you want to go ahead and let me push your buttons a little bit. This is the reason why prayer doesn't work. Because of the fact you're not looking at prayer and the things that you're praying for all three realms. Everything in life has to go through these three realms for it to manifest. Everything. Even a baby has to be born in this manner. The physical act of making a baby, the spiritual act of the soul being chosen and put in your belly, okay? The mental act of wanting the belly, wanting the baby. All three. And that's why I was getting ready to say that next. That's the reason why they tell you faith without work is dead. But no one talks about what that looks like. I'm telling you what it looks like because I want you to be successful. Even if you don't have time to do one-on-ones with me, you don't have time to take any of my programs, you don't or I'm the resistance to you, I trigger you in some way, that at least you can be successful with what I'm giving you. I'm giving you the foundation. The foundation is this. You look at all three aspects, all three realms. You look at the physical realm, the mental realm, and the spiritual realm. And you'll be able to get anything you want in this life. Anything you can desire, you can have. You can have. Anything that you want, you can have. Anything you want to be, you can have. Anything that you can think of, you can have. Anything you can do, you can have. Anything you believe in, you can have. Anything you can pray for, you can have. But people don't tell you how to do this. I'm telling you how to do it for the $3.99. Can you please save these lives? I don't ever save my lives. All my lives go into like inner circle because this is like inner circle training. This is something I would normally do with them. But when I'm doing intuitive tapping in after I've meditated and praying, and this is what happens. I just do it. And I don't have time to really alert everybody. So this is the reason why I'm doing it here instead of in a circle. But what I would do is pull the training and put it in a circle. And I have a small training that's going to come to YouTube. So if you don't follow me on YouTube, I don't know what you're doing. Because I change lives for the free $3.99 on YouTube. Facts. A lot of my reviews and from my programs from YouTube, they come from there. So I will go and subscribe to YouTube. Why? Because I have a training that will be coming up. It's a mini training. It's a quick training. And it's going to teach you it's going to give you the same principles, but it's going to teach you how to reverse aging. Yeah, it's on my profile. If you click my link, all of my programs, the inner circle, the YouTube, my TikTok. Now my TikTok, I'm thinking about getting rid of that, but I'm going to wait and see and be silent and get the answer. What is the link? The link is in my profile, in my bio. Click my link, click my profile, and you get to the link of all my stuff. And you'll be able to you'll access it. But in a circle, you will get this. All right. So, and since God is saying do it anyway, I'm going to do it anyway. Y'all know how I am. I'm an intuitive creator, which means I don't create trending topic. I create things that have been spirit led, soul filled, that someone need to hear. And even if it's only 9 people, it could be one person. Tell me what I'll train with just one person. Absolutely. I've done it before. I do what is told for me to do. I don't say no. I don't say I'll do it later. I don't say I'll wait. I do it when I'm led to do it. That is how I am. So I'm a different type of content creator. I'm not the average content creator, and I know this. But in order to think about how you believe in things, because remember, you have to look at the 3 aspects in order to have the things that you want in life. If you want to win, if you want to go through life like there's no competition, if you want to go through life always the winner, and you never want to be a loser, if you want to go through life always being led and spirit filled and soul filled and knowing that you live in your divine purpose and plan, then you want to learn and tap into all 3 realms. You want to look at the physical realm, the spiritual realm, and the mental realm. You want to look at all 3 realms in order to always be the winner and always be on that divine plan, that divine purpose. If you always want to win, that is what you need to be doing. So first of all, I want you, if you have something on your heart that you really want, you have a desire in your heart, don't dismiss it, because desires of the heart is like the love child of intuition. And since it's the love child of intuition, this means it's the desire that God has placed there. This means that you should not ignore it. This means walking around with a desire in your heart is like holding a baby and not pushing it out. That's truly what it is. It's like holding a baby and not pushing it out. So I never ignore the desires of my heart. I never ignore my intuitive nature, because I know they're interconnected. I know that intuition is God speaking to me. Desires of the love child of intuition. This means I need to be doing what needs to be done in order to get that desire out. And how do I go about doing that? I look at the three realms. I look at the physical realm, the spiritual realm, and the physical realm in order to figure out, how do I get that desire out of my heart? How do I make it manifest? How do I have that thing? And first of all, I always look at the mental. Like, the mental is so important, because it doesn't matter if I was to put the desire in your heart in front of you. Let's say the desire in your heart is to be, we're going to use you, babe. We're going to use the other pedal's wife when she posted about she wanted to be a wealthy housewife. Let's say you want to be a wealthy housewife, and that desire is in your heart. Okay. If I was to put that in front of you and you have a belief that says that you can't have it a certain way, that you can't have it unless it's given to you in this manner, that you can't have it unless you lose 10 pounds or you lose 20 pounds. We have some crazy stuff that's attached to our beliefs. We need to figure out what those beliefs are. You need to figure out what those beliefs are. Maybe it's a belief of losing 20 pounds. Why do we have it? Why do we have that belief that's 20 pounds? And how do you know that you have this belief? You can use affirmation to do the test. You can test yourself with your affirmation. And the only way to test in a manner where it's not affected by your environment is to be alone and to be silent. Sit by yourself. Now, let's stick with the losing 20 pounds to be a wealthy housewife. Let's say we create an affirmation around that. I'm going to be a wealthy housewife, but I have to lose 20 pounds. Or I'm going to be a wealthy housewife. We'll stick with that one. I think that's the best tester. Affirmation. So you can say, I'm going to be a wealthy housewife. And that's your affirmation. You say it every single day. But when you sit still with that affirmation, you realize there's something wrong. It doesn't feel good in your spirit. It doesn't resonate. It doesn't feel right. It feels like it's off. It feels like it's a lie. If you feel that when you do that affirmation, there's a belief connected to it, and you need to look at the belief. That's how I call it, you have to hack your subconscious. Because your subconscious, you are the driver. All you have to do is learn how to give the correct directions. Once you learn how to give the correct directions to your subconscious, baby, you can win. And you can change your mindset from anything that you believe. You can change your beliefs. And since our mindsets are so powerful, they're the best manifesting tool that you have. You can utilize this. So if you want to be a wealthy housewife, but you're saying this affirmation and it doesn't sit right with you, you keep saying it and you're like, then a belief, something pops up every single time. Like, no, that can't happen to you because you haven't lost 20 pounds. No, that can't happen to you because you're not in that circle. No, that can't happen to you because you're not you don't know how to speak correctly. Your communication skills are off. Then you need to look at that affirmation and you need to attack that belief. You need to call that belief out. You need to realize that belief is a lie. But you have to do the work surrounding it, because if you continue to say the affirmation and only thing keeps popping up is the things that are against the affirmation, and you're just constantly doing it, guess where you're going? Nowhere. Guess where you're going? Nowhere. You're not getting any closer to having that desire actualized, manifest for you. You're actually getting further away from it. Matter of fact, don't be surprised if things pop up in your real life to show you that you shouldn't be a wealthy housewife until you lose some weight. Or you shouldn't be a wealthy housewife because you don't speak well. Think about it. Our brains are so powerful, it creates our reality. So this is the test I would give like my people who have like issues with their beliefs. You need to test what you believe. And you need to figure out how to change those things. And the best way to change a horrible belief that you have surrounding a desire is to call it out a lie. This is what I would say. For me, I would call it out a lie. When I first started this work on myself, I would say, you're a lie. You're a lie from the pit of hell. You're lying to me. I will not allow my thoughts to lie to me. That is not true. And I would start bombarding my thoughts with the things of hope, the things of positivity, the things I know of truth. Or you can be old fashioned and you can just say, when it comes up, you can say, stop it. Stop it. Remember, when you're talking to subconscious, you're trying to change your beliefs, always use commands. Don't be wishy-washy with your energy. Don't get up there like Don't get up there like, Don't get up there like that. Use command language when you're talking to your subconscious and you're changing your beliefs. Tell it to stop. Tell it is a lie from the pit of hell. And then start bombarding it with positivity and it working out and it happening. Or if you even have some physical proof of it, tell the truth to your subconscious. And keep doing that. And that process will eventually, you're going to get to a place where only thing you can think is the positive affirmation that you want to give it. Does it take time? Yes. It's not overnight. I've never met any person that's done it overnight. You have to be very strong-willed in order to change a belief overnight. And most of us, if we happen to do this work, we ain't strong-willed in the beginning. Okay? So that is what we have to do. And then once we got the belief surrounding the desire in the mental plane, now we're going to go ahead and start working on it in the spiritual plane. So whatever you believe in, I believe in God. So yes, let's say I want beauty. I want money. I want anything that I want. I'm going to ask God to reveal it to me and bring it forth. But you can do whatever you believe in. If it's universe, if it's energy, if it's a different religion, do so. It's going to resonate and sit in your spirit and soul a whole lot easier and better. And it's going to provide you, it's going to basically provide you fruit that you need in that spiritual realm for it to be pushed forward. Then it's the physical realm that you're going to want to do. You're going to want to make sure, let's go back to the wealthy housewife. You're going to do the physical aspect of it all. You're going to put yourself in the environment where you're going to meet those type of women. You're going to put yourself in an environment where you're going to meet valuable people that pour into you. You're going to put yourself in an environment where if you need mentors, you're going to do that. If you need to be around like-minded women, you're going to do that. This is where you're going to do the work. So if you do all three, you cannot do anything but come out as a winner. And this is not from a book. This is my real life. This is what I have done to make these things happen for myself. This is the reason I can teach it in this manner, because I did it and I'm still doing it for the things that I want. And I always fall back on the same process. I always look at it from the mental realm, the spiritual realm, or in the physical realm. And I make sure I'm working through all three in order to get the desire that I want. And now my desire right now is just to add more women to my platform and to help more women. So where am I going? I'm going into the physical, and that's me showing up my live streams, my videos, my content, doing one-on-ones, pouring into my members, being here for the women of my community. That's me going before God and in spirit and prayer and asking God for assistance, asking him to speak through me, asking him to touch my tongue, asking him to touch my spirit so I show up in the right energy, asking him to pour into me so I can pour into you. And then it's the mental realm of knowing that I can, knowing that I have that juice, I have that special sauce, that God has blessed me to do this work. To know that I can pour into people and that my work is sacred. It's the mental work of it all. Doing all three has made me to be successful in a way it doesn't look like I am. But I am. I'm absolutely successful in all the things that I do. All right, so let me just pause for a second to see what you're saying. Wow, sister, you're ministering to us right now. Thank you. Thank you so much. That message has hit me hard. Thank you. You're welcome. Yes, it's convincing me to meditate on the word of God and bombard those lies with truth. Absolutely. The thing is, we believe in God. Do y'all realize it's over 3,000 promises in the Bible? And a lot of us are only taking one or two of them. And we're not standing on them. We're not requesting that they come forward. Not only did God give us the ability to command our minds and our body, he gave us the ability to command the physical realm that's in front of you. God gave us these promises and these abilities, but most of us, we haven't tapped into that side of ourselves. Actually, we get so distracted by the world, it's hard to. Like, if you're distracted by what's going on in the physical realm, you might not realize that you can start the process of changing everything in the spiritual one. Or you don't realize that they're all in tandem. And everything that you do in the world that we live in is all three realms. Even giving birth to babies, all three realms. You can't look at anything in nature and not see all three realms. So all the promises that God gave us, we only standing on one or two. I'm greedy. I want all 3,000. I want all the promises that God has given me. I want all of them. I want to utilize all of the gifts that God has given me. I want to use all the blessings that are mine for the taking. I want all of the abundance, all of the finances, all of the relationship, all of the love. I want it all because I am greedy. All of the desires that God has planted in my heart, since I know it is of Him and from Him, they're nothing to be ashamed of. You shouldn't be ashamed of your desires. God wouldn't plant those desires in your heart without there being a reason for it. Without Him realizing it's something that's for you. But I promise you that if you start looking at every problem in your life, everything, every desire in your life, and you stop just looking at the physical, you stop looking and saying, oh, it's impossible. Oh, it never happened. Stop just looking at the physical realm of the thing that you want. And you start looking at it from the spiritual, the mental, and the physical. And you'll be able to realize that all those things, the things that you want, you can have. You can have them. You can be a winner. You don't have to be a loser. You can have the desires of your heart. You can live in this world now. You don't have to wait until you die in order to reap the benefits of heaven. You don't have to be in struggle on the earth that we live in. You can live a different life. I promise you. And how can I promise you? Because I know the word of God. I know what He has told me. I know what He's put inside of me. I know the word He's given me to tell you today. Do you have to believe in God? Not mine. You need to believe in yours. You need to believe in whatever you believe in, whatever that is. Is it the universe? Is it energy? Is it a whole nother religion? Then believe in it. Come at it from your spirituality, not mine. You'll be so much successful if you do. Stop getting caught up in these people on social media, and they're like, say, doing it from the universe, and you don't even believe in that aspect, or your spirituality doesn't come from that perspective. You were raised in the Bible. You were raised in church. And here you over here talking about the universe. And then you're wondering why things aren't working out. Because that is not what's inside of you. You need to work with what's inside of you. What resonates with you. What makes you feel empowered. What makes you feel expanded. What makes you feel joyful. If it's not the universe, if it's not source, and it is God, use God. When you're looking at the spiritual aspect of things. But stop looking at it in the physical realm. Because the physical realm is quick to tell you that you can't have something. Or you don't look like the person that can have it. Or you don't dress like the person who can have it. Or you don't talk like the person who can have it. The physical realm will just find problems or issues or tell you can't have something very quickly. I miss your long videos on YouTube. I actually miss long videos on YouTube also, but long videos don't get the views. It actually get pushed further down the algorithm. And one of my things is I want to grow on YouTube. And I know if I'm trying to think about doing maybe like one video a week, a long one on YouTube and see how that goes. But yeah, that's the reason I stopped doing them, because I was like, I want to do that part that's going to help with the page and help it grow. And I've noticed, honestly, it has shot up in growth since I started doing shorter videos. The algorithm is pushing it. But start looking at the physical realm, the spiritual realm, and the mental realm. And start doing the things that's going to get you that desire. Stop allowing yourself to stop telling yourself that you can't have the desires of your heart, because it's not true. The desire is literally the baby of the intuition. And the intuition is God talking to you. So if the desire is the baby of the intuition, don't you think the desire is from God also? The desire is from the spiritual side of you. So that means it is actually yours. You just need to do the things that's going to carry you the rest of the way to get that. And that's what I learned. I learned the desire isn't enough. That I had to put in action in the physical, and I had to do the spiritual, and then I had to address the beliefs around the desire. And then I realized I started seeing things changed. Me personally, I did it around weight loss. I've done it around this community. I've done it around weight loss, and I've seen everything grow expeditionally. I didn't see everything grow to levels I never imagined. I never imagined it, because it's going to do more than what you imagine. Trust me, when you get all three realms down. Hello, wise, beautiful lady. You are so giving. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you so much. Can you at least save your Insta lives? I love listening to you while cleaning my house, working out. My Insta lives go into the inner circle. Okay. I can clip a piece of this, but the full video will go in the inner circle. But if you want what you want, you desire what you desire, stop giving up on it. Because the desire was put there in a spiritual way, regardless of what you believe in. The desire is the baby child, the love child of intuition. This means it's something that you can absolutely have. But you have to realize how to go about getting those things. Stop doing. Like I said before, this is the reason why you will see people do and do and do and never go anywhere. Because they're trying to get that desire by just doing. They haven't looked at what they think about their desire. They haven't looked at what their beliefs is surrounding that desire. And if you have a negative belief attached to a desire, you can't have the desire. It's just that simple. So even if it was sitting in front of you, you'll be blind to the desire, because your belief is the resistance. Maybe your belief is resistance. Maybe you don't believe you can have it until you do something. Maybe you don't believe you can have it because of your gender or your race or your ethnicity. Maybe you don't believe that you can have it because no one had it in your family. Maybe you don't believe you can have it because of the fact that no one's achieved it before and that you can see it. This is the reason why you can achieve anything you haven't seen. You don't have to necessarily see it. You just have to know how to go about getting it. And this is how you get it. You look at it in the spiritual realm, the physical realm, and the mental realm. And you go about looking at doing those things in all realms in order to achieve the desire. That is how you get it. That is how you win. That is how you get the desires of your heart. That is how you have that loving, juicy relationship, that polarity-filled relationship. That is how you get that longevity in a relationship. That is how you get the desires of your heart as far as your finances, your relationships, your money, anything that you want. This is how you do it. And this is how I achieve it. This is how when you bet against me, you're going to lose. This is how I can walk through life without any competition. This is how I can go through life and get the desires of my heart. This is how I can be an intuition-driven page and still be successful. This is how I can still have people pile into my programs and pile into my YouTube and pile into my container and my one-on-ones and still be successful, because I'm not ever looking at things and just doing. That's just one aspect of it. That's just one aspect of it. Most of us know how to do something. But trust me, if you start looking at all three realms and you start looking at that thing and you're putting in the energy in all three realms, baby, it will do nothing but chase you. It will do nothing but be your best friend. It will do nothing but come in your life. It will do nothing but gravitate towards you. It will do nothing but vibrate and come into your life. You can't help but to win every single time. Become a woman that no one bets is going to lose. This is how you do it. Okay, let's see what everybody's saying. Can you at least save your Insta lives? I love to listen to you while I'm on. Okay, I think I read that. Agree, please save lives, heart. How many times have I had dreams I was pregnant? Your lives make me connect your message and my dreams. Yay! That's what they're supposed to be. Because I don't know. Sometimes I just be led to come up here and say something. And I'm like, who's going to hear it? It's 10 o'clock in the morning, God. But God is like, who you questioning? Go do it. And I go do it. Because I'm like, it's 10. I really wanted to wait at 12 if I was going to go do one. Because 12 is like my time. But apparently 12, anytime is the time when you're led to do it. When you're doing what God is telling you to do, anytime is the time. Because 12 is the time that usually I have the most people on the page. But this is not about having the most people on the page. It's about having the right people hearing it. And I didn't realize till I started talking. Like I said, I'm always listening. I'm always listening. And I just do what I'm told. And I have seen so many blessings from doing it that way. So inspirational. Yay, y'all gonna make me cry. Don't do that to me. I keep feeling maybe I need to post it. Maybe I need to post it and give it to the world. But I'm more about the who needs to hear it, hears it. Especially when it comes to this type of content. Because some people don't get it. And we're not realizing I'm operating from a whole different realm when I actually get into these videos. I needed that reminder. See, I didn't know who needed it. I knew I just needed to do it. That's all. I knew I needed to do it. So if you want to be that woman who no one bets on because she's always going to win, you want to be that woman that no matter the desire of your heart, it always happens. It always comes forward. If you want to be that woman that is always going to be on the winning team and is the winner, then you're going to want to look at life in this manner. You want to stop looking at life as if I keep doing it, I will achieve it. That is a way to continue to dig and go nowhere. That is a way to continue to dig and go nowhere. Go ask all of the millions of people who believe that they worked hard, they would be wealthy. If they worked hard, they would be able to afford their life. If they worked hard and put in the work, that they will achieve it. And realize that over half of them did not do it. But that's because the other half knew what I'm telling you now. The other half knew that they couldn't just work. They had to figure out what they believed. And they need to change their beliefs to match their desires. They need to go and create that foundation, that spiritual foundation for themselves to keep going. They had to not only believe that they can do it, they had to have faith that they can do it also. They had to be able to do the work. So all three realms work together to give us our desires and the things that we want in life. And the people, if you're losing right now and you're not winning, you feel like everything is against you. You feel like nothing's working out. You feel like that every time you do something, it doesn't turn out in the way that you want it to turn out. I'm telling you now, a lot of times what's going on is that you're only working in one realm. Maybe you were raised with people who told you if you keep doing it, you will achieve it. They told you if you keep working, you will achieve. If you keep working, you have success. If you keep working, you have abundance. Or maybe they told you if you keep praying, everything will just work out. Or maybe they told you if you just think it and think good thoughts, everything will happen. I guarantee you that what's going on is that you're working in one realm. You cannot work in one realm. You have to work in all three. Everything in life, in nature, teaches us working all three gives us the results, the success, and the abundance, and the desires of our heart. So hopefully that has been helpful. I always forget about the mental realm. Yes, you know what? And I'm not going to say I haven't, because I have too. I messed up and forgot about the mental realm, because I was taught the spiritual realm. That's the reason why I know so much about spirituality and the promises that God had in the Bible for us. It's because I was raised in the church. My grandmother made sure I learned the God's prayer by heart and certain psalms by heart. She was a stickler for spirituality. But she never taught me that much about my mind and my subconscious and my beliefs. She didn't teach me that those two, your beliefs can work against the spiritual aspects of you. If you believe that you can't have something, or it's not for you, or you don't deserve it, those are beliefs. That works against your spiritual beliefs. That works against all the doing that you're doing. Like, you're putting in the time. So why aren't you getting the results? Because of the fact that when we were all, it's rare to actually come across a family that or any women that say, hey, I was raised with all three. Most of us were raised with one. Either we were taught to continue to do until we achieve something, or we were taught to continue to pray until it comes through, or we will continue to think positive. And those are all examples of either the spiritual, the physical, or the mental. So we were only taught one aspect of how to have things come forward. So if you're having trouble manifesting things and you want to change things, you want your life to change, you really want to live a different life, you're not satisfied because you have a desire just sitting there on your heart. You got your baby desire sitting there and you're just cuddling it and you're just covering it and you're just, keeping it protected, but you don't know how to get it to come forth. And the only thing you've been taught is how to do. So you keep taking jobs to make more money and it's not working. Right now you're affected by what's going on in the world. I can't even think of the word because for me, those things don't exist. What is the word? What's going on in the world right now? There's a word for it. It starts with an R. It starts with R, but I don't know what it is, but that stuff don't affect me. Because I'm working on three realms. So I can't think of what is the word going on in the world right now. And it starts with an R and it's affecting the economy. When I put on social media, people are always talking about it. And the recession. Thank you, babe. So you're working yourself to death. You're working a lot of hours. The world is in a recession. The economy is affected, but you haven't looked at your beliefs. If your belief is that you're in a recession, then no matter how much you work, it's not going to be helpful. Okay? You're literally smothering your desire at this point. Okay? And then if you don't have that spiritual aspect, which is spiritual aspect, I would say if you don't believe anything, at least have faith. That could be your spiritual aspect. At least have faith that you deserve it, that you can have it, that is yours. That is enough. Okay, of course, I want you to develop deeper spirituality because that's been so helpful for me. That's the reason why I don't know what a recession is. My life is pretty much recession proof. My life is recession proof, disease proof, death proof, anything that comes against what God has told me is mine. It is already proofed. But I had to actually start working in all three realms in order to get that. That's not something I just prayed and it happened. Because there's another part of the Bible that no one talks about. They teach you, when you sit in church, they talk about praying all the time, how it changes things. But they don't tell you that prayer without work is dead. That's essential. That's essential. But the reason why they don't do that, because they think that they feel like you're going to rely on something else other than God. But I'm telling you now, looking at all three realms will help you win. There is no recession in your life. There is none. There is no where you're not loved and loved properly in your life. There is none. There isn't where you don't have valuable friends and family in your life. There is none. You have to start looking at your life in a different way. And dealing in the three aspects, the three realms is what I call it. The spiritual realm, the physical realm, and the mental realm. And you'll be able to achieve everything. Those are little baby desires that you've been keeping protected and covered, that you think that you can't have, you can have. You can have your desires chase you. You can have your desires attracted to you. You can have your desires gravitate towards you. But you have to start looking at all three realms. I know your family trained you and taught you something different. Maybe your family taught you only to pray about it. And now you're stuck. You're just praying. Okay? Maybe your family taught you, if you just keep doing it and you keep showing up, it's going to happen. Maybe your family taught you to think positive. Because I've run into women and the family taught them just to think positive. They didn't teach them any spirituality. They didn't teach them about doing anything. They just taught them to think positive. So this person has like a strong mind and great beliefs. But then they don't have a faith that they can have that thing. That's the spiritual aspect. Then they're not willing to do because they feel like they can create the reality without all of the other aspects. And I want you to think about nature. And when you look in nature, how is everything in nature created? Everything in nature is created. First, a lot of things in nature was created from a thought. God thought it, and within 7 days it happened. He had faith that it was going to happen. And he did the work and showed up for it to happen. So everything happened in all three realms. Nature works in all three realms. Everything in your life can happen, and you can make happen for you by working in all three realms. And hopefully I've given you different ways to do so that you can start winning. Because there isn't any reason why you can be recession proof, why you cannot have that juicy relationship of polarity and love and attraction, why you can't have finances and wealth and abundance and success. There isn't any reason why you couldn't have all these things. But you have to start looking at what you've been taught. Because some of us have been taught one way. I was taught spirituality. That's why I have faith. I have faith because that's my foundation. But then when I was sitting here just praying, I didn't realize it wasn't enough. Because we weren't taught that little part. They leave that out. Prayer without work is dead. They leave that part out. They don't teach us that. And they do it for, I know why they do it. I mean, I've learned and figured out why they do it like they do it. But it's not helpful for us who have sitting back and we're just praying. And we're just holding on to our little baby desires. I always forget about the mental realm. Yes, this year I see the importance of mental realm, and I'm glad you helped me figure it out. I'm so happy. Y'all know that's what I want to do. That just makes my heart feel. That just makes me so expanded to know that women are getting something from my content and from my inner circle. I'm just so happy. I feel so blessed to have attracted so many soul sisters. Oh, only one or two aspects were taught, like just pray and keep working. Yes. And that's just our downfall. That's our downfall. Because some people, let's say it does work. Have you seen, this is the reason why you'll have people who have money who are unhappy. Why are they unhappy? Because 9 out of 10 that the mental realm hasn't been addressed. They have some negativity or something connected to that desire, and they might have success. Think about it. I want you to think deeply on this topic and really think about the fact that this is the reason why you have millionaires that are depressed. Why are they depressed? Because a lot of times they achieved all the money, all the finances, but maybe they don't have that foundation. They don't have that spiritual part, that faith part. They're losing that connection with humanity part. They have some negative beliefs surrounding money, but they have it. That's the reason why they don't have the joy and happiness that comes with money. What I want to teach you is I want you to gain the world and not lose your soul. And this is how you go about doing it. But when you work in one aspect, in one realm, there's a good chance you may gain the world and lose your soul. That's just the truth of the matter. Recession. I can relate. I could not care less about the recession. I want to stay in the abundance mindset. I don't even watch content that talks about it because that's the reason I'm like, what is the word? There's no such thing in my realm. There's no such thing in the world that I have created for myself, that God has blessed me to be a part, to be in. There's no such thing. And you allow these people to keep speaking into you, man, let me tell you, if you don't command your subconscious, somebody else will. So be very careful out here. Allowing people to command your subconscious, telling you can't have a juicy relationship, telling you can't have money, telling you can't have a career, telling you can't have business, telling you can't have things. If you continue to allow the world to command your subconscious, they will. It's the same concept, allowing people, just handing your mind over to another person. Preach, this is gold. Please remind me, what do we need to do to turn our baby desires into? Okay. In order to turn your baby desires into what you want it to be, because you don't want your desires to stay a baby. You want to have it, right? You want to have that thing, whatever it is. You want to live with that thing. You want to experience that thing. So in order for it to come from your heart and stop being a baby desire, you want to look at it in all three realms. You want to address it in the spiritual realm. Now, the spiritual realm looks like what you want it to look like. If you believe in God, then address it from that perspective. If you believe in the universe, then address it from that perspective. If you believe in energy, address it from that perspective. If you're Islam, you're Muslim, you're some other religion, address it from that perspective. Because you have to have faith that you can have that desire. Now, you're going to look at your mental. What beliefs are surrounding that desire? Because even if you have that baby desire of being a very wealthy woman, but you have a belief that you're going to go to hell for being wealthy, then that is a resistance. It's not going to come into, that baby desire is not going to come into your world, because it's not going to want to battle the beliefs that you have about it. That's up to you to do. If you want it, you have to deal with the beliefs that you have for that desire. So instead of, if your beliefs is you can't have it because you're going to go to hell, or women shouldn't have money or this much money, or you're not going to be able to get a juicy polarity, a good relationship because you have so much money, then you need to battle that desire. You need to battle that belief, that thought, that thinking. Then you need to do the physical realm, which is the do. What is it doing to get you to be that wealthy, rich woman that you want to be? What does it take? Does it take creating a business? Does it take marrying up? What does it take for you? What resonates with you? What, when you think about it, just, resonates with you and just expands you and makes you feel powerful? That's the quick summed up version of what I've said and how to get that baby desire to come forth and for you to experience it, to have it, and to live it. You have to be able to address it in all three realms, because most of us were taught only one. Some of you were taught just to pray. And that's the reason why your prayer hasn't went anywhere, because you're only taught one. Y'all have to realize there's a verse in the Bible, prayer without work is dead. Most of us don't know that, because a lot of us, we tend not to read the Bible for ourselves. But one of the things I did for myself, and I suggest that if you believe in God, you believe in the Bible, baby, read the Bible for yourself. God will teach you things and open up your discernment for that word that you weren't taught. And that's what I had to do to get here. So that's how you get it. That's how you get those baby desires to come forth and to be able to live it and experience it and have it. You stop looking at it it's basically like looking at it in one way. If you're looking at your entire life in one way, you're looking at like, oh, all I got to do is do something and this is going to happen. This is the reason why I don't do a lot of tips and tricks. Like, I don't post a lot of rules on my page. Why? Because I feel like that may be defeating the purpose from teaching you from those three realms. How can I open you up to be able to get the things you want if only thing you're looking at is the physical realm? You're looking at how to do something. That's the reason why I don't do it often. I might share somebody else's, but I don't really create in that manner. Because it does more harm than it does good. Especially if you want to make yourself into a woman that you better not bet on. I'm the woman you better not bet on. Because I am the woman, when you bet against me, you're going to lose. How? Because I'm always looking at things in three realms. I'm looking at the spiritual aspect of it, mental aspect of it, physical aspect of it. And this means I'm going to be able to have it. And I'm going to win. If I bet on something, you probably need to follow. Because trust me, I done addressed it in all 3 realms before I even go forward. And I'm not even a betting woman. But it comes from the fact that all of us, if you were to look at your childhood, which one did your parents tell you that's going to win for you? Just like Nancy Susie, an inner circle member, she said that her parents taught her to do. Was it do? Or was it just pray? But most of us have only one that we were taught. That we were taught was going to be successful to us. And we don't know or realize that it takes all 3. Because you need to look in order to know this is true, look at nature. Nature tells a story. God created nature. And if God is showing in nature, this is how things work, then you know that we can utilize those things also for ourselves. Even when babies are born, it's all 3. Pray and do. See? And I was only taught 1. So y'all imagine me going through life with just 1. I was taught to pray, to sit and wait until I'm led. So I do that very well because I was taught it. It's a part of me. But that's spirituality. That's only 1 realm. So I'm ignoring the doing. I'm ignoring the beliefs that I have surrounding the thing that I want. Do you know how much self-sabotage you'll do when you have a belief that's counterconductive to what you want? It's just like, let's say you have a belief you doing everything to lose weight. You're doing everything to lose weight. But you have a belief that when you get to a certain size, that you're not going to be desirable to men. Think about that. Think about how many women that you see on social media who will say the same thing. So what they do, instead of losing weight, they'll lose a certain amount and then they'll stop. Because that belief kicks in. Our minds are a powerful tool. What we believe in is true to our subconscious. And it's a powerful tool. It helps create our reality. So if you have a belief, even if you lose 20 pounds, that you can't go below that 20 pounds, you won't go any further. Your subconscious will stop you. You'll start going by every donut place, every fast food place, all the food that you love that you shouldn't be eating all the time will show up and be around you and surround you. And then the spiritual aspect of not having any faith that you can actually achieve weight loss will come into play also. Everything that you do can be corrected by looking at it from those 3 realms. And you can be successful in anything that you desire to be successful in, or you want to experience, or you want to have in your life. All your baby desires can have a full life. Can absolutely have a full life. But you have to realize, how are you going about getting those desires? Most of you are going about it by just doing the one thing that your family taught you to do. Either they taught you to pray, they taught you to do, or they taught you to think positive about it. But think about if you do all 3 realms and you combine all of them, now you win. Now you get to experience it, and now you get to have your baby desires. And you get to have the life you always dreamed of having. And nothing is denied to you. All right, so if y'all don't have anything else, I'm going to get ready to go because I'm getting ready. I think I'm going to have lunch. I'm getting a little hungry, so I might have lunch. I've been taught that if we achieve great things, we will catch the evil eye. Now I have the fear of talking about my wins, see? And you see that belief everywhere. Y'all know that belief is everywhere. I've run across women that don't want to celebrate their wins. Don't want to talk about what they're going to do in life because they feel like somebody's going to steal it or it won't happen because they're talking about it. And if it's a belief, then it's true for you. And that's the reason why you have to work on those beliefs. You have to look at the mental aspect of the things that you want. Saying, I don't even show my success online. I don't show things online because I'm a private person. Not because I'm scared of anybody taking anything from me. I'm not scared of women taking my husband. I'm not scared of any of that stuff. Because I know whatever I am doing in my life, I'm working, everything is happening to the betterment of God, and everything to his amplifying. Everything in my life is gonna work out for the best. So I'm not really scared to show anything or talk about those things. I'm just a very private person. And I know that I think differently too. So since I'm very private in that manner. That is crazy facts. Yes. All right. So there is somebody who want to be in the video. Is this something else? Okay. I answered that. I answered that question already. But that is all I have for you. You are deserving of having your baby desires come and experience it and live it and have it. You can absolutely do those things and have those things. It's not going to be denied to you. You are so much worthy of all those good things. Don't allow what has been taught to you to be the ending. And I know this takes a different way to learning, and you have to develop this thinking for yourself, because no matter how much I talk to you, you have to develop for yourself. This is a you kind of work. And hopefully it's been very helpful to you today. And who needs to hear it has heard it. This is a long live stream, so I might do a clip of it, because I don't think anyone's going to watch the whole thing, because this is probably a whole hour. I'm quite sure I've been up here for at least an hour. Yeah, because I'm starting to get hungry, so I know it's a whole hour. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You're welcome, you're welcome. Thank you so much. If you haven't followed any of my other platforms, you might want to. This is the type of work I do. I do this in real life. I help women in real life get to this level. A lot of this work is on my YouTube, but I do have Inner Circle. I do have one spot available, only one. And it's kind of like first come, first serve type of thing, because I only have one spot. Okay, so if you want it, go to the link in my bio, click the link. You have to actually be quickly, because I am reviewing applications. I have at least 3 that's on my desk that I need to look at to let one person in. And when I let that one person in, I close it down. So if you want to be in Inner Circle, you want more work like this, a lot of my most profound work is on the Inner Circle, but I do have some of it on free for the YouTube. I have some on TikTok, but not very much. It's not deep on TikTok, because I don't really talk up there. I don't really talk up there. I need to change that. But I need to see if TikTok is of value to me first, and what I'm doing. If it's not, I might cancel. I might not even go back on TikTok. I'm really going to watch the whole hour, please. I will always watch the whole thing. Thank you. All right, so I might just post it. But don't worry, Inner Circle members, I'm going to post the whole thing in membership. Okay? So you'll be able to watch it over and over and over if you want to. But thank you all for spending this whole hour with me. If you sat through the whole hour, you're the real MVP. Petals to Wife, thank you so much. Inner Circle members, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye.